Hi friends, it's Julia. Welcome to my Mad for Minis informal series. It's one of those series that I do when I can or when I think about it and have some time to play, and so that's what I'm doing today. So I have pulled out this 6x6 collection that I have from Authentique. I believe it's called Latest and Greatest, maybe? Anywho, it's got a lot of brilliant bold colors, and so I pulled this in, and what caught my eye first to use was the red brick in this page, and there's a page with stars on it here. So I'm just going to pull that apart so you can look at those two together. So this is where I'm inspired to start with the layout that I'm about to create. I'm going to create a one-page layout. Now I am using an Allison Davis for Scrapbook Generation free sketch support sketch, and it is number 30. So you can go, and it's a free download. All you have to do is put it in your cart and check out. There's no fee for it, but they want you to go through the checkout process, and then once it's paid for, you can download it or print it out or do whatever you choose to, or just leave it pulled up on your computer and work from there. But I will download it so that I can share it and show you where I'm starting. But the original sketch has almost like a quilt look pattern to it, and I thought this would be the perfect paper pad to pair with this because of all these bold colors. The original sketch has 2 photos on it, but I'm not going to use 2 photos. I'm going to use one, and it is a 5x7 photo, and it's here. So here is where I am starting with, and I'm also pulling in a couple of sticker sheets that I think that I might be able to use something from. Even if it's just 1 or 2 things, that's okay. I'm fine with it. So I have 3 sets here. And then here's the third one. And so you can see when you hold the photo up, the photo can be used with any of these embellishments, right? Because they're wearing such neutral colors. The black and then the dark blue that my husband has on, they're fairly neutral and can be used with any of the sticker sheets that I have here. I pulled in a basil cream color cardstock. It's smooth on one side, textured on the other, to be my background, and then of course this Authentique paper pad, and there's my photo. I've pulled in a couple of additional things. Because it looks like a quilt pattern, there looks like there's stitching on it, and I might stitch something. And if I do, I wanted the twine to work with. So here that is. There's also a lot of star embellishments on here. So I pulled in this star stamp set that I have, and then I pulled in some scraps of paper here to stamp on in case I want to create any stars for around the layout. And then I remembered I had these buttons in my stash that are red, white, and blue, and because the photos were taken during the summer at our family reunion on the 4th of July, I felt like these would go really well. Whether they'll match 100%, I don't know, but if I can get a couple of them used, I'm okay with that. And then when I was pulling out these white scraps, I found all of these little words, and I thought, how fun would it be to cut out some of these words and use them around the page as embellishments. So here is where I'm starting. This is what I have so far, and I will pull in other things that I have around my craft room if I need them, but I'm hoping I can get away with what I have here. I might pull in some bling or something, but I might not. And I have a whole tray of embellishments that goes with my 6x6 kit sitting over to the side, so I have a number of things to work with in here if I choose to. There's sequins and washi tapes and enamel dots and stuff. So if I want to pull any of that in, I will. But for the start, this is where I'm at. So give me a second, I will show you a close-up of that sketch, and then we'll get rolling. with this layout, I did use my Allison Davis sketch, and you can see, and I will have shown you a close-up. For this one, there's a ton of like tiny little squares. All of them were cut down to 2 by 2, and then you cut them in half. And I even pulled in some scraps from my red color bin and my white color bin to give you squares, right? And on her sketch, they show stitching, lots of stitching. Yeah, I didn't do that. Not gonna do that. I did pull in an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock to map my photo. I did have some extra pieces of cardstock in there to do some stamping on. And I did use my stamp set here. Borders and Backgrounds, Wishing Star is the name of the stamp set. And then I used my Sizzix stars in this second one here, second to the smallest one, to cut them out. And as you can see, I have a ton of them left over. These will go into my leftovers bin, and at some point I will get them used up, right? And then I have a couple that I stamped in the incorrect spot where I couldn't end up using the die, so I fussy cut those out. And then I had the words that I fussy cut them, all of them apart. And I'm going to keep these and put them into my stash in my leftover bin to try and get those used at a later time. And then of course the pattern papers that I used from my little paper stack from Authentique, I used 6 of them. So yeah, I mean, I rocked that out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see there's only one red one here. There was a cream on the back of this one. The back of this one is white with black. And then this one is some wood tone, and I did use those as well. I used several of the labels from this sheet. I used a ton of stars, the star buttons, but I didn't do any sewing on the layout. I used a sticker from each of the sticker sheets. Well, not this one, I didn't use anything from. And I used my a sticker from here, as well as I created my title from here. Now this one is a single page layout, so here we go. You can see it doesn't look exactly like the sketch, but it's close enough that you get the same feel. And I love how this one turned out because I love this photo so much of my guys. Anyway, and that's my title, My Guys. My husband and my 2 sons. So I put father and brother because they're brothers. He's the father, right? I put my journaling down here on some labels. I put the date and place here. And then I just used those buttons and put the thread through the buttons. I didn't sew them to the paper, so they're not on the back side. I just laced them through. And then all of these stars that I had punched out or die cut out, stamped and die cut, I just put them up on foam adhesive, as I did with these two. Anyway, so this layout is done. I'm happy with how it turned out. I would have liked to have had more of the papers showing because there's a whole bunch of them back here that got covered, but it all worked out in the end. I will have close-ups of my 3 embellishment clusters at the end of the video, so if you're interested, stick around for that. And oh, by the way, I would love it if you would flip me a thumbs up. I will see you guys on the next layout. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.